Beauty. Welcome, podcast 4.
Episode 4 in the books.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the first 3 if you have seen them. I think we're completely over the technical difficulty parts of
We hope.
producing podcasts.
What's gone wrong so far?
The first one, everything went wrong. We didn't realise that the camera only filmed for 30 minutes.
And then the battery died?
Battery died. We recorded about, an hour of it. Oh, maybe like 45 minutes.
Had some good chats.
And we didn't record 45 minutes of it, that's the main part. But luckily Sam's put his producer hat on, he's put a lot of work, time and effort into figuring out how to do all the podcast kind of jargon.
Yeah, no worries.
We're in a pretty good position now. But besides that, wearing one of my favourite shirts. I don't often wear this.
It's a great shirt.
Yeah, it's a great shirt. Taiwan. Let's go have fun.
It's a good size.
Yeah, it's a good size. So basically the story behind the sizing of this shirt is basically my entire life, you know, how I've just been a baggy shirt guy.
Love it.
I like to hide the frame, you know, I like to have a sleeper build. But this 1 month I went to Taiwan, I wore a couple of my old shirts that were tight on me because I'm getting progressively bigger. And I like the look of it and I like the feeling, you know, the feeling of just encroaching on that fabric.
It feels good, I think, especially after like an upper body day.
Yeah, just chucking on a tight shirt. And when you got that chest, it just covers that chest and then drops below.
The wannabe chest.
Yeah, it looks really good. I don't know if I had one. And so I was in Taiwan and I really wanted some Taiwan merch. So I got this for probably like $2.
Nice.
Beauty of Taiwan is that, you know how in Australia, if you get Australian made, it's sick?
Yeah.
Everything in Taiwan is made in Taiwan.
Yeah, you can't fault that.
You can't buy shit unless it's from Taiwan. So I thought I'll get this shirt. And yeah, I thought I'll go for the small because that's how I was feeling. Or I think this might even be a large, Taiwanese large, but it'd be like a small in Australia.
I think it's definitely shrunk though, because when you came back, it was definitely bigger.
Yeah, it's shrunk quite a bit, you know. You can obviously tell it's just wrapping around the old snakes. So, yeah. I just wanted to mention, I like this shirt. I feel nice.
It's a good shirt. And I think we respect when you come away from a trip, I think it's good to walk away with just representing where you came from.
Yeah, get a little bit of merch, you know. You go to a game, sporting game or a music festival, you get a bit of merch to support the artist. I wanted to support Taiwan.
Yeah, I like that. It's good.
I think it's safe to say we stand with Taiwan on this podcast. I don't want to get too political.
No, we love Taiwan.
Nothing against the CCP. Nothing against the CCP. We think you're sick as well, but we also really like Taiwan.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So how's the body?
Yeah, good. I had a bit of a lighter week last week.
Yeah.
We didn't play one of our basketball games, which was low-key really good for the bod. And I'm feeling a lot better for it. Went for a run this morning, already trained lower body, done the double up.
You've done the double up and it's 2:30. That's pretty good. Not even 2:30 yet.
Yeah, it's not ideal. I wanted to do my lower body day later, but if I didn't get it done around midday, I just don't think I would have got it done. So
yeah,
had to sacrifice a few hours earlier than I wanted to, but
yeah,
sometimes you just got to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
To get it done.
No, I'll definitely be doing my second session at 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah, we love those PM sessions.
Yeah, they're good, the old PMers. You just chuck the headphones on and just go to town. My body's good. Played footy, first game back.
Talk to us. How was it?
Yeah, it was good. I was so worried about, I'm going to be honest, I was so worried about my string. Very apprehensive before the game. And then once the game kind of started and I spent about a few minutes in it, all that apprehension was out the window. And I was obviously just playing. I still didn't go, I probably reckon I went like 85-90% for the game. There was probably a couple efforts because it was a tight game at the end. It's probably a couple efforts where I had to pull the trigger and really hit it hard.
And were you thinking about it then? Like, were you still cautious or?
I was thinking, fuck, I hope it holds up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it did, so.
It did, yeah.
First one done.
Probably.
Yeah. You took a few marks ahead?
I've
only heard a few.
Couple of dukes. I'm actually surprised. Everybody literally, like, when I came off was like, we've got like a new 6'6" full forward, but he's actually 5'8".
Yeah, we love that.
I don't know what it was. I just saw 50-metre bombs coming in and I was like, I'll just get my dukes to this, jump over the pack.
And I heard when the game was done, people were saying, we like your number 7?
Oh yeah, a couple, Prime Train played.
Yeah.
Prime Train played, so there was shitloads of kids, man. That dude cops it from kids. Like,
Yeah, which is pretty cool. Like, love or hate the bloke.
Yeah.
You gotta respect like what he's done for AFL.
yeah, he's the first like AFL influencer.
Yeah.
And he attracts a crowd. I reckon there was easily 1,000, maybe 2,000 people there. Maybe even more, I don't know. But probably around that. But yeah, there were a lot of kids and I was in the cage. And after a couple dukes, a couple of the kids were screaming over the fence like, "We love you, number 7, you're our favourite player."
That would have boosted up your ego a bit.
Even though I kicked 1 goal 4, but yeah.
You didn't talk about that.
No, it was good. Very, very glad, happy, grateful to be back.
Yep.
And you really, you just forget how good it feels to play sports.
Yeah.
When you're not playing it. Like when you actually get back out there, especially if you're reasonably proficient at your sport, you get back and you're like, oh fuck, I'm pretty good at this. Well, not in the grand scheme of things, but like you can be proficient at a level where everyone's competing, trying really hard.
You walk away happy.
Yeah, and you're just like, this is cool, this feels good. But
That's good. And you got to win.
yeah, got a big W, a real big W. So
It's the first game back and it's the first win for the team.
yeah, 100% strike rate win for me. Yeah,
You take that.
usually tends to happen when I enter a squad, but yeah, it's good. Glad to be back. Can't wait for the next one. String feels pretty good. Went for my run this morning and it felt good. And actually, plantar fasciitis is almost non-existent at the moment for some reason. The body feels
That's good.
in good nick.
You take that.
Yeah. Besides this morning, actually at my 6 a.m. client, I went to grab a plate and literally felt like I tore my forearm for some reason.
Oh, really?
But besides
That's
that, I'm
strange.
feeling pretty good.
Considering you haven't really done upper the past couple of days.
Yeah, haven't at all.
Jump.
May as well begin with a bit of under-over.
Under over. Okay. As you would have listened last week, this is my segment. I ask Jake. There's 3 things I ask him. One's an exercise, one's a sport, and one's just completely random. So for the exercise, we're going with one of my faves,
No, I know what it is.
one that you don't really respect.
It's mid. I'm only
Pendulum
gonna say,
squat.
yeah, mid. It's fine, whatever.
Okay.
It's a fine way to squat with stability.
But you'd never see yourself doing it.
Oh, I'll do it a little bit, but I'd rather do a hack squat.
Yeah. Okay. Sport, volleyball.
Underrated. Are we talking beach or volleyball, traditional?
No, sorry, not volleyball, water polo.
Oh, fucking 2 completely different sports.
Yeah, I meant to say water polo.
Water polo is underrated for performance wise, probably overrated to watch. I like it. You got to be fucking hard.
It's a
as
hard
nails.
sport.
Got to be hard as nails to play water polo.
No one respects it enough in regards to how hard the actual sport is.
It's
not the most, because it's not that obviously exciting to watch.
yeah,
But when you play it, like just the sculling aspect
yeah.
and how high they get out of the water. I know you played it with
I
yours
did.
truly, Mitch Kent.
I trained a season with shouts out Mitchell Kent, Jonathan Ramage, 1 year, and I could do it. Like I'd play, like we'd score, but I'd have to swim to the side and like hold on for 20 seconds because I was just absolutely knackered.
Yeah.
But I'm not a swimmer. I've never been a swimming based performer. So
But you swam to Rutnest.
yeah, but yeah, I can do it. I can do anything that I really have to, but I'm a shit swimmer.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But yeah, I wouldn't mind doing Roto swim solo one day if I can be bollocksed.
It would be a good thing to tick off.
Yeah.
Just to say you've done it.
Yep.
And then the last one, sushi.
Underrated.
Why?
It's just unbelievable. It's extremely versatile, and you almost never get sick of it.
We
Yeah.
tend to smash it a fair bit, especially you.
Yeah, I smash it heaps, man. I used to smash it like every day. Bit of a waste of money, but that's the only overrated part of it is that it's very expensive, to be honest.
For what you get.
Yeah.
Especially because every shop now has a sushi.
Yeah.
If not 2 sushi shops.
Yeah.
And for what you get, it's pretty expensive. But it tastes so good.
Tastes unbelievable. Sashimi's so good. I don't know if you count that. Do you count that as sushi? Sashimi?
Oh, I've got no idea. Nah, well, sushi to me is the one with the seaweed.
The roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, underrated, probably.
Sushi train Rockingham?
Overrated.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
it.
people will go there and they're like, oh, this is fucking so good, it's the best. Where do you eat your sushi from? 7-Eleven? Like, fuck it hell.
A quick word from our sponsors, us, SJs. We train, talk shit, and help you move better. You can do the same by checking out our 7-day free trial in the show notes.
Real interesting topic. SJ is getting a little bit political. One of the worst current day social epidemics, I personally believe, is cheating.
Agree.
Dude, it is...
That's been hands down.
It's so bad. It's so bad right now. Like, and I reckon we're in a position... Like, I reckon like 200 years ago, cheating was like not really a thing. Do you think people just had like cheated on each other and it was just somewhat normal? Until like maybe say the late 1800s, 1900s, where people like started getting into these formal relationships where like publicly you get in a relationship and you're in that relationship and you're like completely loyal to that person. Up until like now, I reckon is the worst time ever since back then, where like it's just so acceptable to cheat, pretty much.
This is strange, isn't it?
Well,
some people this isn't like they don't think twice about it, but
yeah. I mean, here at
so
SJ's, we never cheat.
No,
like literally, it's just we've got a pretty similar moral compass, and it's
100%. Yeah,
we're very passionately against it. But yeah, like
we've seen some bad sites.
Yeah. And
people's morals and it does confuse us. I just find it confusing, like how? I've just always found how someone can do that, like the disrespect that they can have to their partner. It just confuses me.
There's got to be some underlying issues which is making it happen, you know?
100%.
Like surely someone's not just like, oh, they're hell hot, I fancy him, I'm just going to like sleep with them even though I've got a partner.
Yeah, there's
got to be some like childhood trauma or like something they're not comfortable with or something like that. Not saying it's okay. It's not. We both think it's terrible. But personally speaking, man, I reckon it's bigger than ever and happening more than ever. And I reckon one reason why is because people just aren't showing each other enough love and affection in relationships, I reckon.
Yeah.
From the ones I've seen, like close to us, it's like people aren't doing what you meant to be doing in a relationship, you know?
Like what?
What do you mean, like what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Picking up the cheese?
Picking up the cheese.
So that's not happening, right? People aren't doing that.
Yeah.
And then they're having a lot of like disagreements and like issues with each other. And all it does is just bring up resentment.
Yeah, you're right. Probably.
Yeah, and I totally don't agree. You shouldn't cheat. You shouldn't cheat on anyone like through and through. You should not cheat on anyone. But this is what I'm picking up from a lot of these situations we've seen, is that they're lacking in certain areas of their relationship, and on top of that, they're actually lacking in that area as well, to the point where they're like building resentment against their partner, and then next thing you know, they're just, I don't know, cheat, and then it's just like unforgivable and you can't justify it. But I guess that's something that I'm seeing happen a lot.
Yeah, you definitely see it happening, but you can never justify.
I can't even think really of a time in my head where you can justify cheating on someone if you're in a responsible relationship.
I don't know, just split up with.
Yeah.
I can't justify it. And I've obviously never been in those shoes but it just confuses me. I don't even know how to talk about it, because
literally, like full blown checklist of what to do if you think, I don't know, people obviously think that they want to cheat on their partner. Here's the absolute bona fide checklist if you think you want to. Someone fancies you. You think they're attractive. I feel like if you're in a loving relationship, you shouldn't find someone sexually attractive.
No.
You can think, oh, that person's like objectively good looking, but you shouldn't find them attractive in like a sexual way.
You can respect the person, how they look.
No, you got to respect the beauty, you know?
Yeah.
So the step by step, you're both in the same situation. They're like, okay, let's do this. You go, I'm just going to go home. I'm just going to go home for a bit. And then if I still want to do it, I'll do it after. Go home. Put on your favourite film. Do whatever you need to do to your favourite film. Take a 5-minute debrief. If you still want to do it after that, you're seriously mentally ill in the head, I believe.
Yeah, I think if you still want to do it, they should still split up with their partner.
Yeah, you got
prior to, like, just have some respect for your partner.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah. But
Obviously, if they're considering it, they're, like you said,
they're out of touch.
Yeah, what's going on up there?
Yeah.
But just have some respect.
I know. But man, like, the people...
Respect goes a long way.
The people that cheat on their partner, criminal, dogs. The people that have sex with them, knowing that they got a partner,
dogs.
Scumbags, man.
Scumbags, yeah.
Like, I don't know which
they're not
one...
as a scumbag. Nah, the person
cheating's more of a scumbag?
Oh, yeah, 100%. But it's not saying the other person isn't.
Yeah.
They're both bad as each other, but I still think the person with the... Because they're the one, I don't know, going ahead with it.
They're both doing it.
Yeah, of course. What if they both have partners?
That adds a crazy dynamic to it. Then everyone's just...
Yeah.
Then it's just obviously they're all living in like a pretty fucked up situation that's obviously not good for anybody.
Definitely not. But yeah, it is a huge problem in our society. And
it's becoming more and more prevalent as time goes on and accepted, which I find blasphemous. Like, you just hear about like, oh, did you hear about like Johnny cheated on Stacey? And it's like, oh, well, what are they going to do about it? And they're like, oh, nothing. It's just something that happened. They're just going to get through it. And it's like,
no.
What? They're like,
How
oh,
can
we're
you
just
through
going to
that?
have a kid. We're just going to have a kid, you know? And it's like, fuck, prayers up to that kid, man.
I know, you feel for the kid, but yeah, it just baffles me how often it happens.
Yeah.
And then how people go, like, just continue with the relationships.
Yeah.
Knowing that it's happened.
You wouldn't...
If you're having those problems, just split up.
Yeah. Or go see a counsellor.
Yeah,
I think
of course.
counsellors get overlooked in relationships, eh?
Yeah, they do.
Like, someone will go
'Cause, like-
see a counsellor for their own life, but people don't understand that a relationship is just both lives intertwined into like a whole new identity. Your relationship is essentially an identity in itself, and that can't be neglected. That needs to be taken care of. So like,
100%.
why would it not make sense to go see a counsellor for your relationship? I know a lot of people are like, you know, when someone breaks up and the person's like, oh, let's go see a counsellor, but you're like, nah, this is just a bad relationship. You shouldn't see a counsellor. But I do reckon there's times where people could benefit greatly from it.
Do you think that's because when people associate with that, like counsellors, whether it's just someone one-on-one or relationship, because they just think something negative is like negative straight away, and they just don't see it working out.
Yeah, so maybe the best alternative for people would be to go see a counsellor before anything even bad happens. Because you're right, when they're like, oh, let's go see a counsellor, they're both probably in their heads like, this is done.
Yeah.
This is done. It's equivalent of like Luke Shuey doing his string like 7 times. It's like, don't even bother with this last bit of rehab, man. He's
just processed it already that it's going to happen.
But the prevalence of cheating in our society is astronomical, I reckon, and the fact that it just gets like
overlooked almost.
But I reckon Australia's not even that bad, at least with our friendship groups in comparison to other countries. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, our friendship group, I think, is really respectful.
Pretty good.
Obviously, we know people on the outer, but I think our tight-knit friendship group is really good.
Yeah. Well, I guess
people I'm close with anyway.
Like, it depends on, because obviously different friendship groups have like different groups of people, and if you're a good person, you're probably part of a friendship group of good people.
Yeah.
Because someone told me the other day, I'm going to get this number completely wrong, but they were like, did you know that like 1 out of 10 women are domestically abused in their relationship? And they told that to me, and I was like, fuck, I couldn't think of like any of my mates that would abuse their partner. At least like they might argue, but not physically, no way.
Yeah.
But then I thought like maybe it's because our friends have like same kind of morals and stuff like that as us. But whereas like you'll have pockets of people in society where like they're all similar to each other and they're all like, And so, like, probably a lot of them think it's okay or to abuse each other. But...
Going a bit off topic, but have you seen that stat where, like, it obviously depends what country you're from too, but when their team, like, isn't doing good or...
England, it's England.
It's when they're losing, like...
I'm pretty sure it's the Euros.
The rates of, like, abuse is just through the roof.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
I'm not even going to say, I pretend I know what it is, but it was something like 33% of DV increases during, like, the time of fucking Euros or the grand final or something like that.
So bad.
Literally, that's like
imagine your team losing.
That's the bad.
Take it out on their partner.
That's so the bad part of, like, you know, when you hear the word blokes, I reckon it's got like a negative connotation to it a lot, because when you think of blokes, you think of like big brute dudes that like drink heaps of piss and love fighting and shit like that. When I don't reckon that's most modern day blokes, but then when you hear something like that, it's like, fuck, that really tarnishes.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The name of men, because you obviously feel like we're pretty civil dudes and we go out every day into society and try to be a good man, a good person. But then you hear shit like that and it's just like such a backward step for blokes and society, you know?
Yes. It's obviously out there. It's out there a lot, which is very unfortunate.
Yeah.
We're, like you said, we're not really surrounded, like our friendship group. Well, we hope, which I'm 99% sure it's not, but it's obviously out there. It's crazy.
Hopefully you just have good trust and good judgment of who your friends actually are and that they are what you think they are, I guess.
I agree.
But I think to close out on that, dealing with getting cheated on or like any trauma realistically, you gotta just take it on the chin and just be better and just focus on becoming a better person. Like, you gotta understand that someone cheating on you or this trauma is going to pass to the point where one day you're going to look back on it and just be like, oh, I don't even give a shit about that anymore. Yeah. At the time of being cheated on, I'd assume it would feel like the worst.
It would have to be the worst thing.
It would be like the worst, like, you just can't believe someone you trusted did that.
Yeah.
And you trusted them so much and believed in them and they've just completely betrayed you. And at the time it would feel terrible, but the worst thing you can do is just literally go like, I've been cheated on, like, I'm so upset, poor me. It's like, all right, you've been cheated on. How the fuck can you move from this into becoming more efficient with your time, like doing stuff for yourself, becoming a better person, understanding yourself better, like becoming more connected to your friends and your family and stuff like that. If you dwell on it, you're screwed.
Yeah. Well, that's not kind of anything, isn't it?
Huh? Yeah, literally like any trauma, but especially like, because it'll pass and then you'll look back on it and you'll think like, I can't believe I even gave that much of a shit about that. But at the time it would be screwed.
Yeah, it would be very hard.
Yeah, I know some people who deal with it and they're real down in the dumps, and I just love to tell them like, you're not even going to give a shit about this in like 2 years. In 10 years, you're not going to give a crap at all.
Yeah.
So it's like, just try your best to move on right now.
Yeah.
The Power Is Now.
Power Is Now.
Great book.
I need to read it.
You need to let it rip?
I need to read it.
Have you never read it?
The Power of Now. No.
Oh, that is a book you can set your watch to.
I need to read it.
Dude, take it from here. I've read it 2 or 3 times. It's just like 400 pages of some dude just being like, shh. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay, I'll read it.
And then you're like, oh, but does it matter? And he's like, no, it doesn't, trust me.
All right.
The whole preface is that...
I'll take note.
The whole preface is that the only thing that matters, which you're probably already aware of and know, is right now. The past happened, so it doesn't even exist. So like, why are you gonna worry about it? The future hasn't even happened. It doesn't even exist either.
Yeah.
So like, what are you gonna worry about something that hasn't existed yet?
Hasn't happened yet.
They both will exist or have existed, and they're both right now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's it.
But I need to read it. I'll read it. I'll get back to it.
I'll give it to you. This pod is powered by SJ's Community, where lifting, laughing, and living better all collide. Check out our 7-day free trial via the show notes or in our Instagram. So you want to talk about giving your mates tough love?
Yeah, I think it's something underrated.
And what do you mean in terms of tough love?
It's obviously context dependent, but I think like every now and then, it's it's fine to receive tough love or to give tough love.
Like you're
In
talking
a
about,
caring way
you're talking
to
about
a mate.
constructive criticism and feedback.
Yeah, like it can be, obviously it can be varied, but I don't know. Before, for example, here's an example. One time, you told me I was carrying extra pud.
That's a joke, though.
I know, but I realised I actually was. So then I took that on, and I lost the weight because, like, I probably didn't realise that I was actually carrying the extra pud.
You had a little bit of put around the waistline.
So I think, like, because people can easily, especially in today's society, be like, "Oh, that's a bit harsh." Oh, you shouldn't say that. But I think, like, obviously you don't need to say it in a group context or whatever. But I think time to time, giving your mates or your family tough love is worthwhile.
Yeah, I agree.
Or to receive it.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. I think that's one part of my life that I could improve on is giving tough love. And because when I said that to you, I literally, it's a joke.
Yeah.
But like in actual serious time, you know when you see a friend or a family member and they're kind of, there's the right track and they're kind of not quite on it, they're kind of veering off, and you're like, oh, I know that they are, but I don't want to have that hard conversation or even say that hard thing. I think an area of my life where I can improve is like going like, you know what, I'm recognizing this happening, and if I was in this situation, I'd want someone to give me tough love, and saying it, because it is tough love, but it doesn't have to be mean or disrespectful.
No.
It can just be acknowledging something and making somebody else like aware of it, or making sure they're aware of it.
It's coming from a kind heart, because you obviously want the best for that person. But I think, and obviously, like you said, how you deliver it and who you deliver it in front of or whatever. But I think it's good and it's underrated.
Yeah, and that's a big, like, people who can't accept criticism is like the biggest, I don't want to say red flags, I don't really like that term, biggest indicator of like kind of an unhealthy ego.
And it's easy to like block out criticism.
Yeah.
Like, but just taking it on and realising that they're not saying it in a bad way, like they just want the best for you.
Yeah. Yeah, constructive criticism is awesome. I really love receiving constructive criticism most of the time. I'm sure sometimes someone will say something to me and I'll just be like, yeah, shut up though. But I reckon most of the time, I do really like to take it on board, eh?
Yeah, so I think it's underrated.
Yeah, especially when...
This is not to tell your mate, like, something negative.
Yeah, this is...
Like, it's actually, like, a genuine advice.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, I love when people tell me stuff about work. Work's good. Like, you should do this better, or you should do this more. Or, like, why don't you? And it's like... You get a little bit annoyed because you're like, yeah, well, I can't fucking do everything. Obviously, I'm trying to... But then you also think, like, yeah, you know what? That's something I do need to, like, improve on.
I think you just got to remember that they're saying it in a calm way. Because, like, we obviously get a lot of advice from people, like, telling us we should be doing this, should be doing that. And it's easy to, like, oh, yeah, whatever. But just taking it on and just acknowledging it.
Yeah.
You might not believe it, but I think it's the right thing. But yeah.
Is there any kind of criticism that you like struggle to accept, or anything, or from like a specific type of person or group of people, or?
I used to struggle, especially with like PT related. Like people would like always give you advice about anything. Oh, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. And he's like, yeah, no, and he used to annoy me a bit. But now I kind of just take it on. Or I used to like instantly defend it and be like, nah, this isn't. But now I kind of just like acknowledge what they said. I might not actually take on what they said. I'll think about it, but I used to always be defensive in that.
Yeah.
Initially, I found.
No, I'm the same. I remember, I'm better with it now, but I always used to have an answer for if it's something that I know that I'm good at, or I've done my due diligence and I've like really researched and worked hard on. If someone ever like not or called something out or just even like questioned it, I would always have to have an answer for them. I remember one time I had that girl who was doing prac with me, and she was like, why are you doing this row instead of this row? And I was like, I literally thought in my head of some random shite, and I was just like, oh, because of this, that, which was technically true, but like ultimately I was literally just doing it because it was the closest machine and the guy liked it. All that other stuff was true, but that was the main reason, and I shouldn't have like tried to justify it with some like fancy jargon or reasoning. I should have just been like, yeah, that's why. They're both pretty similar, but this is the main reason why. It's not even in terms of the dynamics of the machine as to why. But yeah, definitely hard with clients as well, giving clients tough love. I struggle giving clients tough love. I try to keep peace heaps.
It is a fine line because you don't want to obviously ruin the relationship or tell them something and then, they think of you in a different way. But then sometimes if they know that you're doing it from a kind way and you want the better from them. Like, I was actually thinking about this today, like while I was training one of my clients. Do you ever get that where you know that they can do more in certain thing, an exercise, but they kind of don't think they can? You low key, you want to push them, but then you don't want to put them off.
Yeah.
So it's like it's kind of like that in a way.
Yeah, you got to make it like a fun environment that they'll enjoy and that they don't feel like too pressured in, but also at the same time, it's like, come on.
Yeah.
Like we're here to get results. We need to go a bit harder, and that fine line of being able to address that appropriately is actually quite challenging, I think.
Yeah, agree. Because you want to keep that relationship good.
Well, the relationship's your work.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the good, secure, fun relationships, then you don't have work, don't have money, and you pretty much die. You don't have as a PT, you don't have money anyway, so you don't want to jeopardise even more money.
Yeah, facts.
This episode is powered by SJs, training, community, and everything in between for only $1 a day. Check out our free 7-day trial now.
All right, fans, questions. Remember, if you do have any questions, just comment on the video or the podcast. Send us a DM, however you like. Tell us in person. We'll be happy to help out. Question 1. Best way to set up grip for bench press and shoulder press. Bench press, literally the easiest way for anybody with any kind of experience. Just literally put your arms out, row them back, and the position that you've rowed them back into is probably an adequate position for your shoulder to roll in and out on a bench press. That's super easy. Exact same with a shoulder press. Put your arms up above your head, literally lower them down naturally. That's probably going to be a good position. That's what I usually go with.
Yeah, and it's just doing it over and over.
Yeah.
Everyone has a different, especially for bench press, grip that they find works best for them. But I think it's just rinse and repeat, finding what works best for you.
Yeah.
But the way you describe it for the first time is great.
That's like the easiest way to just be like, anyone can literally do that, and that'll not only like give you an easy way to figure it out, but also if you are that 1% that has some weird problem with your shoulder or your shoulder blade or something, you'll be able to feel it when you pull your arm down or back.
Yeah.
But that's for that. But in terms of setting it up every time, I mean, no one really does shoulder presses that much unless it's on a Smith machine like we do. No one does like a barbell military press really.
Nah, it's definitely.
So it's more so for bench press, this question. But once you do establish that, you've seen, but I just want to, before I say that, you've seen some whack videos of people saying like how to set up your bench press. They'll be like, fall down onto your hands and like whatever position your hands land in, 2 centimeters more either way is the bench press position. Like just complicating the hell out of it.
Just practice it and whatever you find most comfortable and find your own little routine to stick to it.
Don't overcomplicate it. And the routine's important. So my routine is like, in terms of finding my grip, I know where my grip is now. I've established it, and it's basically like the pinky on that knurling line. That or this ring finger.
Yeah.
It's somewhere between that. It depends on how I feel at the day. That's for my traditional bench press. I'll always set up with my fingers there, and then the lift is always the same. There's no room for like any random changes.
I think having a setup is very handy for bench press.
So the bench press
everyone-
technique is everything, eh?
Yeah, everyone always has their own way of doing it. So just figure out what's best for you.
Jump.
Question 2. This is a bit of a loaded question. My lats do everything. They are huge. I'm 5'1" with a short torso. I don't want to stop doing pull-ups, but I'm considering it. What can I do to engage my upper back rather than my lats?
Do some rows.
Yeah, literally do some rollers. Get your elbow past your body, as far as you can past your body, because when you're working your lats, you'll bring this elbow down really hard, but it won't really go behind your body. It will more so just go really hard down and tuck into the side of your body. If you want to work that upper back, trying to get that elbow as far back past your torso as possible is going to help.
Get good movement out of your scapula, your shoulder blade. And just find out different variations of rows and what you feel hits your upper back the most.
Yeah, because the traditional row, they use that close V-bar thing. Is that called a V-bar? Yeah.
But that will generally hit probably your lats.
Yeah, it will.
Still.
And the hands are too close. There's no room for like modifying it and manipulating it so your hands can move and you can work your upper back more. So that's what I did. I started playing around quite a lot with the grip and realised like a really wide grip bar helps get those elbows really far back.
Yeah.
Can't be too wide. If it's too wide, I can't work my back.
I don't like too wide. I think just kind of like a neutral grip that if you're sitting down where you kind of sit, I think this is the easiest way to do it. And then just change it up. Some people obviously like the T-bar. I like T-bar for your upper back, I think is good.
Yeah.
Personally, I can't use it, but I do think I do it for my clients.
On a landmine?
Or just a T-bar machine. Yeah, you can obviously use the landmine, but just a T-bar row machine.
And then besides that, I would do single arm stuff as well.
Yeah.
Because then you just take away the whole other side and you can just really focus on stretching out that one side and pulling that elbow really far back and flaring it out almost and getting that upper back working heaps.
Yeah.
But she said, what can I do to engage my upper back rather than lats? Do you reckon she was talking about pull-ups, not wanting to stop them?
Yeah, I think stick to your pull-ups, especially if you love them. I think just adding in that row where, like you said, with your arm path and your elbows going behind your body, just focus on that.
Yeah.
The easiest way to do it.
And then you could even do horizontal rows or ring rows as well. So you're still doing that like kind of calisthenics-based back training, but you're not doing the actual pull-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you love your calisthenics.
Or just do like literally weighted pull-ups and get hell strong, and then just for hypertrophy do all the rowing variations.
Yeah.
Because your back's not going to grow crazy from that low rep strength stuff like singles or doubles.
Pull-ups are goated though.
Great exercise. Got nothing bad to say about them. I love them like they're one of my kids. Question 3. If you were given 24 hours to live, what would you do with that time?
Gee. That's hard.
Yeah, dying in 24 hours would be pretty hard.
That'd be very hard. Obviously just do something that like gets your blood pumping, I reckon, like just makes you feel good. That could, I don't know,
anything in
hard.
particular thinking about right now?
It's hard, like, man, I don't know. I don't want to die.
I doubt you want to die, otherwise you'd...
Skydive?
Wow, I would not... If I had 24 hours to live, I would not skydive. Actually, I would just skydive without a parachute.
To end it.
On the 24th hour, because it's like, fuck it, man, that's the
23rd hour and like, just go skydive.
Just sink a beer while you're dropping out of the air, man.
Climb a mountain? I don't know. It's hard. That's really hard. What would you do? I honestly don't know.
It probably depends, really.
Like, would you rob a bank or something?
No. I'm not doing some crazy spectacle like that just before I die. Probably not. But probably write some letters to some people saying stuff that I want to tell them. I'd probably play some nice music, some of my favourite music, and I'd probably just reflect on some things and then just think like I literally have no idea what is about to happen once I die.
I think I'd bring a lot of people together.
Yeah, same.
Like the closest people in my life.
Maybe have like a spike ball comp or something when you're about to die.
Would you tell him? I don't think
Oh, you'd have to tell him, dude. You can't just die. Like, what?
Yeah, but I think you'd bring them together, and then like maybe at the end tell them because like you just want to have a good time.
Yeah.
So you want to have a good time, you want the energy to be up, and then maybe at the end be like, well, I brought you here because.
Yeah. Nah, I would tell them before because I wouldn't want them like not
Giving a shit.
Yeah. I would want them to like know that it's the last time they're going to see me.
Yeah, but hopefully they're just good friends where they're just enjoying.
Yeah, but imagine if like we got Stewie and Jay around and they were just like having a beer and would that be satisfying enough? Just having a beer with the bros and the missus?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's not really a situation I think of, but I don't know. It'd be pretty hard.
First thing I'd do is probably someone was like, you got 24 hours to live. I'd probably go, that's Beach House's discography 4 times over. Just listen to that. Light a candle, listen to that.
Book the one-way skydive ticket.
Yeah, literally. Well, you'd have to go out with a bang. If you're going to be forced to die,
You may as well.
you may as well do something crazy.
Skydiving is cool.
Or maybe attempt something that you've always wanted to attempt, but you're like, that's dangerous. So
Like a double backflip
on flat.
on a push bike.
Yeah, could do that. Take it down to the local skate park.
Or dropping in the bowl on a skateboard.
I've done it numerous occasions. I'm too scared to now, though.
Would you do it again?
I reckon my skating days are over after I broke my leg. Because one, I was never a good skater. I wasn't even a skater. I just had a skateboard and rode it around. And 2, when you break your leg, it's pretty traumatizing when you break it skateboarding.
Yeah.
So it's
I
like
can imagine
I reckon I'm done with the old skateboard.
Skatey's done.
I still ride the old longboard around, you know. When I need to take the dogs for a walk, I'll take the old longboard. I'll ride it on the beach sometimes, listen to some music. Maybe that's what I'd do if I was about to die. I'd go like, sweet, I'm going to grab like a few beers.
I think I'd definitely see the sunset.
Oh, you'd have to. And you'd hope it's a good one. Imagine if it was a shit one.
Clouds are
Yeah.
You'd be spewing there.
That'd be so displeasing. But yeah, never thought about that question that much. But anywho, that's
Before we finish up, we're going to do this challenge?
yeah, you want to do it now?
Yeah.
You want to shake on it just to confirm that we're going to do it? So essentially, I told Sam in Melbourne that we should give each other one challenge to do each. And it's got to be very, very challenging. It can't just be something really simple and easy. I already had the idea in my head because I saw it on the internet, so it's not even like an organic thought. But I said to him, as soon as you're ready to think about it and you know what it is, let me know and we'll discuss it. The only problem is because of footy, I don't know, like, is it going to be something that will impact that? So I can basically do it on a Sunday after footy.
No, yours is easy. I'm starting real low.
Okay, yours is easy, but it's going to be screwed.
Yours is pretty easy, but do you still listen to music when you go to sleep?
Oh, literally most of the time, like last night I didn't, but 90% of the time I do.
Okay, for the next week, you're not allowed to.
Oh, how am I going to get to bed on a Friday night, Saturday night?
Read your book.
Ugh. Yeah, it works on weekdays, but as soon as it's the weekend and I'm a single man. You know what it feels like when it hits 9:30 p.m. at night?
This is my challenge for you.
All right, I'll do that.
It's supposed to be like hard, but
Yeah.
something doable.
Okay, I'll do that. You're going to hate yours. You're going to hate yours. 100,000 steps in a day. I told you. It's not, you can do it. You can do it. It's not you don't have, like, you definitely can do it. It's just going to take ages.
100,000 steps. That's like 50 Ks for me.
Yeah.
Shit.
I told you, dude. I told you to think of good one. That is not fair. That is not fair.
What?
That I just have to not listen to music for a week and you have to walk 100,000 Ks.
Okay, I'll
you have
do
to
it.
vlog it as well. You have to vlog it as well.
Sure. Yeah.
How do you think you're going to do it?
Honestly, it will have to be a Saturday or Sunday.
Do you know what I would do if I was you? I would just walk from your house to Perth.
That's 50 Ks. Gee, that would take me ages.
It's going to take you ages, dude. Like, you're going to have... I'm probably going to have to be a support crew.
I'll have to do it on a Sunday, I think.
Dude, it's going to be so bad. It's going to be so bad.
Shit.
You're going to have like, your portable charger. You got a lot of time to think, buddy. A lot of time to think. Are you cool with that?
Yeah.
Did you think it was going to be that?
Nah.
Oh, I feel for you. I tried to explain without telling you as much as possible that it was going to be something like that.
Yeah, you did in a way, but I wasn't expecting something like physical. I was, but I wasn't. That's alright, I'll get it done.
I've seen people do it because the dude that did it in the video, I was like, is it a one-off? Nah, a few people have done it. Shit though, sucks.
Yeah, I'm not expecting it to be good.
It's a pleasure doing business with you. That's podcast 4. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, just feel free to contact us, comment on the video, the podcast, DM us. This podcast is powered by SJ's community. So great elite programming. It's the same principles we use to get on the pitch all the time. It's the same principles he's going to use to walk 100,000 steps in a day. You also get group classes if you're local as well. And you get access to a community of like-minded individuals all chasing the same goals as you. Well, not the same goals, but similar stuff.
All for $1 a day.
Oh, it's $1 a day, dude. It's you literally can't get you can't get anything from Rebel Sports for less than how much it costs to be on SJ's for a day.
That's actually true.
Yeah.
Can't.
So thanks. Hope you
Cheers.
enjoyed it.